Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Muscat. I'm walking on the corniche by the sea. Just across the water there's two boats. They're yachts. They're the Sultan's yachts. In fact, I think this one here is the second longest yacht in the world. And I'm sure the other one is not far behind. And then up on the hill there in the distance is Mutrah Fort, looking over the sea here. In 1507 the Portuguese came and they invaded Oman. They occupied it for almost 150 years, from 1507 to 1650, when the Omanis kicked them out. And after the Omanis kicked them out, they went after Portuguese possessions in East Africa. At one point, the Omanis had an empire which stretched from Oman down the east coast of Africa and across on the other side of the Persian Gulf. Today, in this area is called Mutrah or Matra, depending on which sign you read. The Romanization, they don't seem to be fully decided on. I'm gonna go to Mutrah Souq, which is the famous market here in Muscat. I'm also gonna visit Mutrah Fort, up on the hill right there. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed on the yachts as much as I would like to be on the yachts, but I think that's for the Sultan only. There's one thing I can't show you in the video, which is the smell. Everything in the market smells. Perfume, maybe frankincense. I don't know what frankincense smells like, but I know people sell it. Saffron. Everything smells good, but it's a little much. It's a very strong smell. So there's one thing that I do want to buy to go with my kandora, my traditional Middle Eastern dress, is a hat. A lot of the Omani men I see wear hats, so I think I might want to buy one of those. There's a lot for sale here, but I don't want to get ripped off. So I asked about the hats, and the man told me, he said like the cheapest hat is 10 to 15 riyal. It's like $20 to $30. The handmade ones are $150. I'm not sure I want a hat that much if I'm only wearing it for a few days.
Hello, my friend.
What's this?
It's frankincense.
Frankincense?
Yes. It's perfume. I'm different one also. Have sent them. How much? It's this suit.
Rissoot. Okay.
It's Oman. Where is Oman?
Oman, I smell this a lot.
Yes, this
What's it called?
it's Arabic Morium.
Arameum.
是吗？我觉得这个可以，但是
Amber.
Amber.
amber
Report.
可是我不知道它烧出来的味跟那个是不是一样的。烧出来好像味道更
For
重。
home is everyone is perfume coming.
So I bought some frankincense, and now I'm off to look at hats. The man's taking me to his friend's shop.
Thank you.
And these hats here are handmade?
Handmade here.
Handmade? Okay, so expensive.
This also handmade, this are handmade, this one different. This made in Oman.
Okay,
This are made in India, Bangladesh.
okay,
This also Bangladesh.
okay.
Different,
So Bangladesh is cheaper.
cheaper.
Omani is expensive.
Oman expensive.
Not bad.
Like the dishes, Omani.
I have a dish dash. I have a kandora
Oh,
from Abu Dhabi, but
no, this is not Omani style. Abu Dhabi different style. Omani.
a bit different, yeah.
Yeah.
How much is this? How much are these ones?
This one selling is 5 baht. I give 3 riyals.
3 reals? 3 reals?
Welcome sir. Now your doorbell.
So I got my hat. It was 3 reals in the end. It's like $7. A bit more. They tried to sell me on the Omani hats, the hats that are made in Oman. That's 75 reals. It's like a $200 hat, which is not really something I'm willing to pay. And then they said if you want something cheaper, you can have something made in India or Bangladesh that is cheaper. So probably my hat is a Bangladeshi Omani hat, not an Omani hat. But that's fine with me. But when people don't drink alcohol, they end up drinking a lot of tea, coffee, juice. You see a lot of juice shops that I think you wouldn't see in other countries that weren't dry. Look, it's a juices and grill shop. And in the market, it's mostly locals, maybe 70%, 80%. They look like local people, or at least they're dressed like Muslims. So I assume they're at least Middle Eastern. This is Mutrah Fort. So I've got to climb to the top, but I think it'll be worth it. There's a lot of people here. Well, not that many. I don't know why they have a fan. Does it get so busy that people are queuing up here on the stairs? And that's the view from the top of the fort. The Sultan's yacht. There's 2. One there and then another there. And then my car is parked somewhere over there because I couldn't get a car parking space near here. just coming out of the fort, going back to the car, and I see this by the side of the road, and I'm not sure if it's a modern art exhibition or somebody's just moving a house. Does look like it's up on bricks though, so it's probably not going anywhere soon. But it's quite strange. So now that I look a bit closer, it says Muscat lives here. Maybe it's a restaurant. And then if you look at the top, there's more furniture and things. Let's see what that is. No, there's no restaurant. It's just, it might be a memorial to somebody who died. Very odd. One thing you find out about Muscat pretty quickly is that this city is designed around cars, and it's a very long city, so it follows the coast, and from one side to the other, as far as I know, could be at least 50 kilometers, and there's not really much in the way of public transportation. There's some buses. You could take a taxi, but taxis are expensive, so renting a car is really the way to go. So that's what I did. But the traffic can be quite bad, especially at, what is it, 6 o'clock on a Friday. Good morning. Day 3 here in Muscat. I'm standing outside the Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque, which is the biggest mosque in Oman. I was a bit uncertain because according to Google Maps, this is closed today. And it's closed 3 days of the week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, according to Google Maps. So I was getting ready almost to change my trip. And I asked the front desk of the hotel. He said, "Sir, as far as I know, it's only closed on Friday." I said, "Well, Google says Friday, Saturday and Sunday." He said, "Well, Google knows more than me. Maybe Google's right." And I'm happy that Google was wrong because it is open today. This is very different from the mosque in Abu Dhabi. It's fairly empty in comparison. There are tourists, but not so many. This is where you leave your shoes, I guess, if you go in and pray. I'm not going to go in and pray, but I think I can go in. So let's see. My shoes are a bit too big. I assume this is where you wash your feet. It smells nice. It smells of rose water. There's something about this mosque that makes it a bit different from the one in Abu Dhabi. It's not so much that they use expensive materials, but it's just everything is perfect. The grass is as close to perfect grass as you will ever see. Look. I wonder if they don't cut it with scissors, or they have some special kind of lawnmower, and they must go over it every day, so it doesn't exceed a height of 1 centimeter, or however long this grass is. So I just finished visiting the Grand Mosque. I'd say it's worth a visit. It's different from what you see in Abu Dhabi. There's less tourists, and it's a different style. It's a different thing altogether. Now I'm walking through the gardens, which they're beautiful. One big difference is the place feels less like a museum. In the other place that I've been to, you feel like there's an invisible barrier and security will stop you from going too far. They'll say, don't do this, don't do that. But here, nobody said anything to me. And I asked the guard with the gun, can I come and walk around? The guy said, yeah, no problem, sir. He's very friendly. It's a bit of a different vibe. I'm now on the jetty where some of the fishing boats, the smaller fishing boats, come in and they take their fish to this fishing market behind me, fish market. And on the other side is the yacht, Sultan's yacht, well, yacht 1 and yacht 2, and then there's 3 other yachts there. I don't know if that is. This is where the fish come in. I've also noticed lots of happy looking cats looking here for scraps of fish. The water's so clear you can see the bottom. Or maybe you can't. I can. Tuna. I know that. This looks like some kind of shark. Cat's waiting around for something to fall down. back again walking along the Corniche today because I think there's some things I missed that I didn't see yesterday, and the fish market is back there anyway, so it's not that far. You can tell where you are in the bay by the position of the Sultan's yachts. That gives you an idea of what angle you are at, where you are in the bay. That looks interesting. I actually want to buy a dagger, but I'm not sure if I can take it back. It's a dagger, but the sheath is curved. I've seen them, well, I've heard that people wear it in Yemen. It's kind of like a ceremonial dagger. Like these knives. In Yemen they call them jambia. I don't know what they call them here. Incense burner. Some of the things look like antiques, but you can never be sure. I don't know if it's an antique or not. They look interesting.